Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here from the Kensington Ice House, where it is Livingston United hosting Pioneer women's varsity hockey team. As we are getting ready to go, we had to quickly flip over to a different rink really quickly, but things appear to be going well. We were originally going to be in the back rink, then they moved us to the front rink, which is great. Taking a look, Pioneer is, let's see, 4-3-1 on the season, coming off a tie versus Washington United, 3-3. That in the senior game. Then they beat Troy United the game before that. Taking a look as we move over to Livingston United, otherwise known as Brighton Howell Heartland. They have one win, that was versus Plymouth Canton Salem back here on the 23rd, 4-0. They have a tie, that was versus Huron Skyline over at Vets, a 3-3 tie. And then they have 4 losses. Grosse Pointe North, Liggett, and then they have a 2-game losing streak here, Livonia United and Walled Lake. Walled Lake beat them 2-3. Taking a look at the players that you need to watch out for Livingston United, as we're pulling things up here. As the public address announcer is up. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineups, starting for Pioneer. Olivia Andrianopoulos starting for Pioneer. Kaylee Barraclough starting for Pioneer. Grayson Friedman starting for Pioneer. And Mae Vadlinger, the other starter for Pioneer. And Rory Campbell, co-captain, starting on the blue line. And Maddie Grand between the pipes for Pioneer. She skates out. Pioneer in their road purple jerseys with the black on the shoulders. Abby Courtney, Ava Eckerman for Al. Katie Kostaroff being announced. Also coming out is Marissa Anderson and Audrey Eckerman on defense. Patella is playing between the pipes for Livingston United. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, the playing of the national anthem. As we're getting ready for some early evening hockey here at the Kensington Valley Ice House. So they have three nice rinks here, kind of similar to the Kennedy Ice Arena setup, where you have when you come in, a rink to the right, a rink to the left, and then you actually have almost like a practice rink in back. Originally, that's where we were going to be, and got all set up, then quickly had to move our gear, but we are very happy to be set up and broadcasting before the start of the game, so that is fantastic. We appreciate the Ice House staff letting us know. Pioneer will be going from left to right in this opening period as Grand skates down to our left to patrol the crease there. Barraclough in to take the face off. Courtney on the other side. As the Knights, they have really kind of light gray numbers on the back, a little darker on the sleeves. That picked up, brought in, as that's Ava Eckerman, and she shoots and she scores. Managed to catch just the right-hand side, kind of knuckleballed in. And at 14:52, it is a Livingston goal, as that is going to be Ava Eckerman on that goal. So 1-0 for Livingston. As they start off with, that's why you always want to put it on net. Sometimes you get a weird knuckleballer that finds its way past as that puck to the Pioneer blue line, sent back deep. Vadlinger picks it up back behind her own goal, goes from the far side to the near side. Vadlinger underneath the near circle. Vadlinger has it along the near boards. That comes into the neutral zone, and they fire it right back in. As they give Courtney the assist as that puck into the near corner, tipped ahead. Olivia Andrianopoulos trying to get it out of the zone. That held in as Vadlinger trying to poke that away. Now coming along the far boards is Friedman. Friedman goes back behind her own goal from the far side to the near side. Friedman underneath the near circle, coming along the near boards, trying to get it out into the neutral zone as it squirts all the way back. That moved over onto the far side by Aubrey Eckerman, trying to tip it and get it into the zone. That knocked away by Barraclough, and the puck comes in along the near boards. Rifled all the way back in by Livingston. Rory Campbell grabs as it got caught in her skates. She deflects it off the near boards. Olivia Andrianopoulos gets into the neutral zone, then fired right back in by Aubrey Eckerman. Picked up by Vadlinger in the far corner. She goes back behind the grand, comes to the near side. Vadlinger moves it over in the neutral zone. Here comes Piper Campbell. Piper Campbell trying to get it over to Tudzinski. Tudzinski puts it in along the near boards of the Livingston zone, and then that goes all the way back, and that will be icing. 1-0 the lead for Livingston. 13:32 left to go here in the first. Face-off will be in the Livingston zone. That is going to be to the left of Pitilla. As that puck lifted through the slot. Bouncing puck, trying to pull that away. Tudzinski puts it right back behind Livingston goal. She trying to put it out in front. There's a shot. Save. That drifted down the near side of the net. Now slipped back behind the Livingston net. There's another attempt. Tudzinski trying to shoot that one. Deflects into the near corner. All the way back to Drebeck, top of the near circle. So that moved back and covered up. Good job by Pitella. 1-0. Livingston in the lead here. 13:10 left to go in this first period. Face-off will be to Pitella's left. As Lopresti taking the face-off, battle for it. That's sticked into the far corner, picking it up along the far boards. Anderson trying to knock that away as Neubauer trying to pull it down. That puck in along the M boards, picked up by Livingston, coming along the near boards. Here comes Courtney with it. Courtney over her own blue line, sends it in along the near boards, bringing it in. Here comes Ava Eckerman with the shot. That just goes wide. Deflected underneath the far circle. Miling trying to send it ahead. Now Neubauer trying to poke it in along those far boards. Pulled away. Here comes Pioneer. Lopresti gets it back into the neutral zone, and Neubauer picks it up. That poked away from her. Lopresti trying to get it into the zone, delayed offsides. Pioneer will have to touch up. That grabbed by Livingston in along the far boards. Pioneer sneaks it back in at the far point. That lifted, battle for it in along the far boards, picked up by Livingston. Courtney spinning with it, sends it all the way down the ice. That'll slip past and should be icing, and it is, as that was fired from the wrong side of center ice. 12:16 left to go here in the first, as it is 1-0 Livingston United. That faceoff is going to be to the right of Pitella. Barraclough in to take the faceoff. On the other side is Ava Eckerman. That puck top of the far circle, now picked up. Here comes Friedman. Friedman with a shot. Oh, a save by Pitella. Comes in along the near boards. That lifted all the way across ice into the neutral zone. Picked up. Barraclough trying to backhand it the other way. The puck brought into the Livingston zone, corralled there, now sent in along the near boards. Kostarov had it, fired back in deep by Barraclough as it slips right back behind the Livingston goal into the far corner. Anderson has it there. Anderson underneath the far circle. Cross ice pass, that tipped. Here comes Ava Eckerman. Ava Eckerman sends it over to Kostarov. Kostarov, top of the near circle, shot. That sticked away into the far corner by Grant. Picked up by Friedman. Friedman goes back behind her own goal from the far side to the near side. Friedman ricochets it off the near boards, getting it over to Olivia Andrianopoulos. Olivia Andrianopoulos over center ice. She gains the zone, top of the near circle. That puck poked away. She gets it back, feeds it in along the end boards. Battle for it, back behind. That comes into the near corner, and here comes Livingston with it. In along the near boards it goes. Courtney gets it into the neutral zone. The puck slides in along the far boards, picked up back there by Rory Campbell. Rory Campbell tries to deflect it the other way. The puck into the slot in the Pioneer zone. Vadlinger backhands it in along the near boards. That slips back into the neutral zone. Picked up. Tudzinski has it. Tudzinski gains the zone. High slot goes over outside the far circle. Tudzinski into the far corner. Stops. Fires it. That goes right through the crease in the near boards outside the near circle. That puck picked up. Top of the near circle. Wouldn't settle down for Bradley. Picked up by Tudzinski. That off the side of the net. The puck through the slot. Fired right through the crease. Piper Campbell trying to get it into the near corner. The puck picked up there. Brought back to the near point to Vadelinger. Vadelinger sends a bouncing puck underneath the far circle. Piper Campbell trying to shoot it. Wouldn't settle down. Now Piper Campbell gets another shot. Oh, that comes loose on the far side of the net. Here comes Livingston United. Coming down the far side is Ava Ackerman. Ava Ackerman sends it on edge all the way back into the Pioneer zone. Battle for it. That chipped away. The puck outside the near circle, still corralling it. Ava Ackerman back to the near point for Courtney. Now pulled away. Here comes Tuzinski over center ice. Tuzinski gains the zone. Top of the near circle. Shot and a save. Patella grabbed it right into the body, covered it up. 10 minutes left to go here in the first. Face-off is going to be in the Livingston zone. They have the 1-0 lead. Face-off will be to Patella's left in the near face-off circle. Lopresti in to take that face-off. The puck outside the near circle trying to get to it. Rory Campbell battle for it in along the near boards. Drebeck trying to hold it in. Now Lopresti trying to dig that out. That puck slips right back behind Livingston goal. Neubauer into the far corner. Neubauer battling. Picks it up, goes from the far side to the near side. Neubauer underneath the near circle, trying to get that out in front for Friedman. Friedman has that tipped away, and here comes Livingston as Payson gets it over center ice. Payson gains the zone. Payson cross ice pass. That picked up, and a shot by Ava Ackerman. Knocked down. Now Anderson with the shot from the blue line. That knocked out of the zone. Excellent job by Giordano. Picked up and fired right back in by Kostarov into the near corner. Picked up by Drebeck in the near corner of her own zone. Drebeck brings it in along the near boards. Feeds Lopresti. Lopresti in the neutral zone. Avoids Courtney. Cross ice pass. Gets it over to Neubauer. Poked away. That puck in along the far boards. Now lifted back into the Pioneer zone. Drebeck picks it up underneath the far circle. Drebeck goes back behind her own goal. Underneath the near circle she goes. Drebeck in along the near boards, feeds it ahead to Giordano. Giordano gets it right to the Livingston blue line. That cross ice pass fired in by Neubauer into the near corner. That picked up by Courtney in the near corner, trying to feed it ahead for Kostarov. Kostarov crossed ice pass. That tipped down. The puck steered away by Patella outside the far circle. Neubauer trying to get it now. Trying to pick that up, that puck all the way back to the Pioneer blue line where Drebeck has it. Drebeck in along the near boards. Drebeck fires it ahead. Trying to chase it is Barraclough as that puck goes right back behind the Livingston goal. Barraclough into the far corner trying to tip that away. The puck top of the far circle loose. Barraclough has it in the slot. Shot that deflected by a defense person, picked up and moved over. Miling with the shot that just wide into the near corner it goes. Chipping it, Olivia Andrianopoulos, that outside of the near circle, trying to hold it in. Drebeck, that puck out into the neutral zone, now fired right back in by Olivia Andrianopoulos. Grabbed and bringing it the other way is Audrey Eckerman. The puck loose right at the Pioneer blue line. Here comes Olivia Andrianopoulos as she gains the zone. Olivia Andrianopoulos trying to backhand it deep. That caught off of Ava Eckerman as she pulls it back behind her own goal from the far side to the near side. Ava Eckerman in along the near board sends it back into the neutral zone. Grabbed by Zoe Andrianopoulos as she fires it in along the far boards. That brought in, moved over. Rory Campbell trying to get it out in front. That through the slot. Back into the near corner it goes. Lifted outside the near circle. Olivia Andrianopoulos. That deflected up into the air, and Patella able to grab it with the glove. 1-0 the lead by Livingston United. 7:21 left to go here in the first. Face-off to Patella's left in the near face-off circle. Piper Campbell out there. On the other side is Ava Eckerman. That puck grabbed by Tuzinski. Tuzinski sends it through the slot, trying to get to Bradley. That lifted all the way back out into the Pioneer zone. That'll slip into the near corner. Icing waved off. Picked up back there by Zoe Andrianopoulos as she goes back behind her own goal. Trying to avoid Ava Eckerman. That puck picked up. Now coming along the near boards. Chipped ahead by Pilati. Picked up by Tuzinski. That poked away. Kostarov trying to get to it. Now that brought ahead by Tuzinski all the way down the near boards of the neutral zone. That slips into the near corner. That'll be icing. Pioneer couldn't touch it before it got past there, and so it will come all the way back into the Pioneer zone. 6:50 left to go here in the first. It's 1-0 Livingston United. The puck face-off is going to be to the near face-off circle, that to the right of Grand. As Lopresti takes that face-off in along the near boards, trying to fire it back to the blue line, held in. There's a shot by Anderson. Glove save by Grand. 6:40 left to go here in the first. 1-0 the lead by Livingston United. Face off in the far face-off circle to Grand's left. Lopresti in, taking the face-off versus Courtney. That puck comes to the far point, now brought ahead. Here comes Lopresti over center ice. Lopresti gains the zone. Lopresti in the slot. Shot! Saved by Patella. That comes into the near corner. Trying to pull it away is Kostarov. Holding it in is Vadlinger. Vadlinger gets it outside the near circle. That pulled back all the way through the neutral zone into the Pioneer zone. Rory Campbell picks it up underneath her own near circle. Rory Campbell sends it in along the near boards. That chip by Friedman picked up and fired all the way across ice by Anderson. Intercepted by Neubauer. Neubauer feeds it to Lopresti. Lopresti on the near circle. That shot just goes wide. Bounced in off the end boards. That ricocheted into the near corner. Neubauer chases it. Backhands it. Gets it to Vadlinger at the near point. Vadlinger trying to send it ahead. That chipped and back. Holding it in. Vadlinger trying to hold it in. It just barely skipped out. That'll cause an offsides, and it'll be in the near face-off circle outside of the Livingston United zone. 5 minutes, 48 seconds left to go here in the first period. 1-0 the lead by Livingston United. Barraclough taking the face-off. That comes in along the near boards. Barraclough chips it deep into the Livingston zone. Trying to grab it back behind is Aubrey Eckerman underneath the far circle. Battle for it in along the far boards. Barraclough trying to pull that away as well over there. I believe that's Friedman trying to come away with it. Trying to fire it out in front through the slot. Shot! And that comes pulled away. Pioneer gets it back to the far point. That slips past all the way back into the Pioneer zone. Drebeck picks it up on the far circle. Goes back behind her own goal to the near side. Drebeck grabs it in along the near boards. Drebeck over the blue line. Coming over on the near side. Banks it off the near boards. Trying to get it to Olivia Andrianopoulos, who fires it deep. That puck picked up as here comes Courtney firing it in along the far board. Sorry, that's Anderson. Lifted ahead by Payson, back into the neutral zone. Myling tries to fire it the other direction. That puck slips back into the far corner of the Pioneer zone, grabbing at Friedman. Friedman goes from the far side to the near side. Friedman trying to get a little steam in along the near boards, gets it back into the neutral zone. Courtney trying to pull that away. Now Barraclough trying to get it away from Ava Eckerman. That pulled back. Fired by Audrey Eckerman in along the far boards. Now Kostarov has it. That knocked away. Here comes Barraclough the other direction. Barraclough ricochets it off the far boards. That goes on edge right back behind the Livingston United goal. Picking it up, Audrey Eckerman comes down on the far boards. Audrey Eckerman loses it, but that chipped all the way back to the Pioneer blue line. Goes all the way down. Icing waved off. Picked up by Drebeck in the near corner of her own zone. Drebeck stops back behind Grand, now sends it to Tuzinski and along the near boards. Tuzinski, long cross-ice pass. That puck loose at center ice, fired right back into the Pioneer zone. Drebeck chases it in along the end boards, goes right back behind Grand, stops there, trying to avoid some pressure by Livingston. That fed ahead. Here comes Piper Campbell over her own blue line. Piper Campbell over center ice, coming down the far side of the ice. Piper Campbell gets back behind the defense, shot! And that comes into the near corner. The puck in along the near boards. Brought ahead by Livingston United. Puck on edge. That chipped back through the neutral zone. Here comes Piper Campbell with it. Piper Campbell gains the zone in the high slot. Piper Campbell is ridden off the puck. That puck comes outside the far circle. Piper Campbell backhands it back to the far point. As that's rifled all the way down. That ends up being a shot on goal, so no icing. Picking it up, Giordano in along the near boards. That grabbed. Here comes Piper Campbell over center ice. She gains the zone, top of the near circle. Piper Campbell trying to cut in front, trying to feed Giordano. That puck just tipped away, comes in along the far boards, back to the far point. Shot from there by Pilati. That deflected out in front and then pulled in along the near boards by Livingston. Trying to head the other direction. Zoe Andrianopoulos gets it over to Bradley. Bradley deflects it off of the far boards. That comes right back into the Livingston zone. They send it through the neutral zone, coming in along the near boards, trying to poke that away. Lopresti gets it away from Courtney. Lopresti, top of the near circle. Lopresti through the slot, comes over on the far circle. Lopresti now spins back behind the goal. Lopresti trying to fire it out in front and cover it up. 2 minutes, 33 seconds left to go here in this. The first period, 1-0 is the lead for Livingston. Face-off in the far face-off circle. That to Patella's right. That puck loose on the far circle, deflected, comes back. trying to get to it. Giordano, that loose, backhanded, now pulled back behind by Courtney. Courtney goes back behind her own goal underneath the far circle. Courtney lifts it to the far point. That held in by Pioneer. Into the near corner it goes. Trying to pull that away is Courtney. Courtney sends it in along the near boards. As here comes Ava Eckerman. Ava Eckerman comes outside the near circle. That deflected back behind the goal. Trying to pull that away. Rory Campbell. As the puck to the blue line, Pioneer not able to get it out. There's a shot that was deflected underneath the near circle. Trying to pick it up, bouncing puck. Vadlinger trying to grab it. Now Rory Campbell sends it in along the near boards. That slips back into the neutral zone. Anderson has it right at her own, right at center ice. Anderson sends it ahead to Ava Eckerman. Ava Eckerman gains the zone. Top of the far circle. That knocked away by Vadlinger. Vadlinger picks it up in the far corner. Vadlinger back behind her own goal. Vadlinger comes in along the near boards. Vadlinger over on blue line through center ice. Vadlinger gains the Livingston zone. She loses an edge in along the wall. That's picked up as Rory Campbell trying to get that back. Loose puck into the neutral zone it goes. Coming the other direction is Kostarov. That poked away the puck in along the near boards. Vadlinger brings it right back into the Livingston zone. Grabbed by Kostarov and along the near board. She spins top of the near circle. Grabbed by Friedman. Friedman on the far circle. Friedman has that chipped away into the far corner. Under a minute to go. 53 seconds left in the first. As Livingston United is up 1-0. That puck grabbed. Barraclough feeding it through the slot. That comes to the far point and slips into the neutral zone. Headed the other direction with it is Payson. Payson sends it deep into the Pioneer zone. Picked up by Drabeck. Drabeck comes back behind her own goal. In along the near circle. Drabeck trying to feed it ahead. Drabeck makes a nice move. Comes and gains the zone. Drabeck top of the near circle. Gets a shot and a save. As Patella covering it up. She got it into the body, popped up in front of her, but she dove on it, not allowing Pioneer to get to the rebound. 23.4 seconds left to go. 1-0 the lead by Livingston United. Face-off in the near face-off circle. That to Patella's left. As Piper Campbell grabbing that face-off into the near corner it goes. Ava Eckerman trying to pull it out of there. Comes back to Drabeck at the near point. Drabeck with a shot. That deflected into the far corner. Bradley picks it up at the far point. Bradley spins with it through the high slot. Bradley sends that bouncing into the near circle. Picking that up. Tuzinski with a shot and a pad save by Patella. That is the end of the first. At the end of one, it is Livingston United 1, Pioneer nothing. That came just 8 seconds into the game as it was a weird knuckleball shot that just caught inside the far post. That was Ava Eckerman set up by Courtney. That is the lone goal scorer at this point in time. We'll play a couple messages from the MHSAA and we will be back with your second period action. You are watching Pioneer Women's Varsity Hockey, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
If you're a recent high school or college graduate and still have a passion for the games you played in school, still remember the thrill of putting on the uniform, why don't you help us out and become a registered high school game official? Get out there and give something back to our kids. Visit the MHSA website for more information. There's help wanted, just whistle. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Integrity, commitment, love of the game. These traits describe the people high school sporting events can't start without. The officials. They're out there every day giving back to our kids. Let's give them the respect they deserve. Better yet, why don't you become one? Visit the MHSAA website for more information. There's help wanted, just whistle. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
As the puck is dropped here on the second period, comes in along the far boards. Audrey Eckerman sending it ahead. That puck slips all the way back into the Pioneer zone. As back behind the Pioneer goal it goes, trying to pick that up and send it in along the far boards. Chipped ahead, back to the far point, held in by Livingston. Loose puck. Pulled around the far boards, now slips back into the near corner. Trying to grab that Badlinger, that pulled back outside the near circle. Through the slot, knocked down. Here comes Piper Campbell with it. Piper Campbell sending it, grabbing it. Chizinski, that knocked down. Kostarov had it for a moment. That poked away from her. Now Chizinski in along the far boards. That puck knocked out of her control, coming the other direction. Here comes Badlinger. The puck spinning right at the Livingston blue line. That's sent ahead. Courtney trying to grab it outside the far circle. Courtney picks it up in the Pioneer zone. That goes right back behind Grand. Chipped, and it comes all the way back top of the far circle. There's a shot saved by Grand. Backhanded shot that hit someone out in front. As the puck loose in the high slot, pulling it. Courtney with a backhanded attempt. That just goes wide. Pulled back. Wraparound attempt by Ava Eckerman. That good job by Grand. And finally, they point that it's in, and that's a goal at 13:47, as it was an excellent job by Grand to get her pads right up against the post, but she couldn't get a glove on it, and they just kept on chipping away at it and managed to get it into the net. So we'll see exactly who gets that goal. I believe that may be Ava Eckerman. That puck comes in along the near boards, grabbed by Pilati. Pilati backhands it. That pulled in by Kostarov, picked up as Lopresti has it right at her own blue line coming down the near boards. Lopresti banks it into the neutral zone. That's sent ahead by Neubauer, picked up as knocked the other direction by Courtney. So it is Eckerman. As Courtney and Kostarov on the assist. That puck comes right back deep into the Livingston zone in along the far boards. That knocked down top of the far circle, lifted back to the blue line, able to hold it in. Excellent job by Pilati. Now that was poked out by Kostarov. Pilati back to her own blue line, sends it along the far boards for Zoe Andrianopoulos. That tipped and rifled the other direction by Livingston. Bouncing puck into the Livingston zone. That picked up by Ava Eckerman. She knocks it off the near boards and gets into the Pioneer zone. That knocked down right at the Pioneer blue line, deflected ahead by Neubauer, picked up. Here comes Anderson at her own blue line. Nice job by Barraclough to knock that down, grabbed by Neubauer as she has it in along the near boards. Then that lifted back into the neutral zone. Picked up by Pilati at center ice. She fires it into the zone, but Anderson sends it right back the other direction. Battle for it in along the far boards of the neutral zone, trying to peel it off of the boards right in front of the Pioneer bench. Trying to grab that Giordano over there, as well as Neubauer. Now fired all the way back in by Barraclough. That puck underneath the near circle. Picked up by Courtney. Courtney firing it ahead. Although that's actually number 9. I don't have that on my roster. Bringing it in. Here comes Ava Eckerman. Ava Eckerman with a shot. And a great save by Grand. Grand got the glove on it. 12:06 left to go here in the second period. As it is 2-0, Livingston United in the lead. Barraclough in to take the face-off. On the other side is Courtney. That puck lifted all the way crossed ice, banks off the far boards, held in. That lifted all the way on the far circle, picked up by Pioneer. Here comes Drebeck, feeds it in along the near boards, getting it over to Friedman. Friedman outside the near circle. Friedman trying to pick it up off of the near boards, now grabbing it. Trying to keep it in. Kostarov gets it into the neutral zone. That's sent ahead by Miling. Top of the far circle. Wouldn't settle down for Aubrey Eckerman. There's a shot. Oh, that one just went wide. Picked up back behind the goal. Now into the far corner. Livingston sends it along the far boards. Great job by Drebeck to hold it in as that puck comes on the near circle. Grab coming the other direction is Kostarov. She banks it off the near boards as that goes deep into the Pioneer zone. That will be icing and head back the other direction. 11:19 left to go here in the second, as it is Livingston United 2-0 on top of Pioneer. Faceoff will be in the near faceoff circle, that to Patella's right. Piper Campbell in to take the faceoff. To her left is Bradley. To her right is Tuzinski. On the other side is Ava Eckerman. She has both goals by Livingston United. Bradley into the near corner. Bouncing puck that heads right back behind the Livingston United goal, now lifted in along the far boards. Trying to hold it in. Good job by Rory Campbell. That shot into the near corner just goes a little wide. Bradley has it, top of the near circle, trying to feed it over. That into the slot. Battle for it as it slips back into the near corner. Piper Campbell with it, beats it out front. Trying to get it to Jasinski. That wouldn't settle down. That puck goes all the way to the blue line. There's a shot. Rory Campbell. That lifted back. Now Vaidlinger keeps it in at the blue line. That slips back in along the end boards. Battle for it back behind, trying to get it out in front as Bradley patrolling the front of the crease. Now that grab by Livingston United. Here comes Ava Ackerman coming down the near boards over center ice. Ava Ackerman gains the zone, spins outside the near circle into the near corner. Tuzinski trying to pull that away. That puck loose back to the near point. There's a shot by Anderson and grabbing it, Grand. 10:21 left to go here in the second. 2-0 is the lead by Livingston United here in the second period. Face-off is going to be in the near face-off circle that the Grand's left. Courtney in to take the face-off versus Lopresti. That comes in along the near boards. Held in at the near point, trying to send it back deep. That puck in the slot shot. That got caught off of a leg. Into the far corner it goes. Pioneer controlling. Coming the other direction. That banked off of the near boards into the neutral zone. Neubauer with it. Neubauer has that poked away. Here comes Lopresti over center ice. Lopresti leaves through traffic in the high slot. Lopresti onto the near circle. Takes it top of the near circle. Lopresti feeds it top of the far circle over to Zoe Andrianopoulos, and that shot just wide comes underneath the near circle. Trying to poke that away. Lopresti slips back in along the end boards now. Picked up. Kostarov has it. Coming down the near boards over her own blue line. Kostarov sends it into the Pioneer zone. That's ticked away by Grand. Picked up back behind by Zoe Andrianopoulos as she comes underneath the far circle. Chipping it ahead for Giordano. That puck held in at the blue line. Shot. Wisely steered away by Grand into the near corner. Pilati has it there. Pilati in along the end boards trying to avoid some pressure by Kostarov. Pilati gets it. That tip by Giordano back into the neutral zone. Now lifted by Audrey Eckerman. The puck deflects into the far corner. Picked up by Zoe Andrianopoulos. Zoe Andrianopoulos coming down the far boards. Sends it over her own blue line. Grabbed by Barraclough. Barraclough gains the zone. Barraclough in the slot. Poke checked away from her by Audrey Eckerman. The puck loose in the slot. Grabbed by Barraclough. Shot. Oh, that just goes high. The puck lifted in along the far boards. Trying to get to it. Olivia Andrianopoulos. That grab spinning with it as Payson trying to peel it off the boards as well. Olivia Andrianopoulos, centering attempt goes all the way in along the near boards, trying to get that over to Neubauer. The puck grabbed by Barraclough through the high slot. Barraclough goes top of the far circle. Barraclough shot. That goes wide. In along the near boards it goes. Drabeck picks it up at the near point, avoiding some pressure. Now that knock by Kostarov into the neutral zone it goes. Kostarov has that poked away by Drabeck. Battle for it as it's sitting in the high slot. That lifted back in along the far boards of the neutral zone. Olivia Andrianopoulos has that poked away, and then it's fired all the way back in by Barraclough. Bouncing puck, and that is offsides. 8:07 left to go here in the second period. 2-0 the lead by Livingston United. Both on goals very early in the period. One 8 seconds in, the other one 1 minute 13 seconds into the period. Courtney taking that face-off, comes all the way back, grabbing it. I don't have a number 9, but I do have a 19, so I'm going to call that Shatuk. In along the near boards, that lifted, picked up outside the near circle by Piper Campbell. Goes back behind her own goal from the near side to the far side. Piper Campbell lifting it. Here comes Pioneer. Over their own blue line comes Tuzinski. Tuzinski over center ice. Tuzinski, top of the far circle, shot. And another shot as the puck rebound was off to the right. And able to make the second save was Patella. Grabbing it, coming over. Piper Campbell takes a shot. That knocked down out in front. Good job grabbing it by Shatuk. There's a shot that was knocked down out in front. That time by Courtney. Now that deflects back in along the end boards. Grabbing it is Drabeck. Drabeck spinning into the far corner. Drabeck outside the far circle, lifting it back to the far point. There's a shot by Tuzinski into the near corner it goes. Bradley backhanding it, trying to get it out in front for Piper Campbell, holding it in. Miling at the near point. Miling with the shot. That knuckleball's and covered up by Patella. 6:59 left to go here in the second. 2-0 to lead by Livingston United. Both goes by Ava Eckerman. Pioneer taking the face-off, that to the right of Patella. Lopresti in to take the face-off versus Ava Eckerman. Shatuk comes in, now that puck all the way back into the neutral zone, in along the far boards. Rory Campbell has it there. Rory Campbell trying to chip it away. That puck loose. Rory Campbell gets it, kicks it back into the Livingston zone. That banks off the near boards back into the neutral zone. Picked up by Lopresti as she spins at her own blue line. Fires it, banks it off the far boards. That slips back. Now fired ahead by Ava Ackerman. Over center, gaining the zone. That fired in. And now a shot, and Ava Ackerman was fed by Payson. And Ava Ackerman gets the hat trick. That at 6:28 as she took a sniper shot and just managed to sneak it in the post. And that makes it 3-0, all three by Ava Eckerman, as she is just a very skilled player on the ice. Lopresti in to take the face-off. On the other side, Courtney right at center ice. That puck comes in along the near boards, chasing it Anderson, trying to rocket it the other way. Kostarov trying to pick it up. Now that deflected by Pilati and lifted in by Lopresti. Into the far corner it goes. Pulling it in along the far boards is Audrey Eckerman as she gets it into the neutral zone, feeds it over to Courtney. Courtney at center ice. Pulling it in, Zoe Andrianopoulos takes a backhanded shot. And that's saved by Patella. They throw a second assist on there to Audrey Eckerman, so 3 goals by Ava Eckerman. The last one set up by Payson and Audrey Eckerman. Face-off in the near face-off circle, that to the right of Patella. Barraclough with it on that near circle, that lifted back, spinning puck into the neutral zone. Zoe Andrianopoulos has that poked away, comes all the way back. Grant steers it into the far corner. Ooh, centering attempt. That goes right through the crease. Outside the near circle, spinning with it, Kostarov. Knocked down. Here comes Barraclough feeding it ahead over to Friedman. Friedman, long cross-ice pass over to Olivia Andrianopoulos. That knocked away by Audrey Eckerman coming down the far boards. Trying to chip it away. Loose puck now brought in by Ava Ackerman. Top of the circle. She takes a shot. That's steered away by Grand into the near corner. Spinning with it. Pilati has it back behind her own goal, going from the near side to the far side. Pilati trying to fire it in along the far boards. That deflected out into the neutral zone. Good job by Olivia Andrianopoulos to fire it all the way down. Now it's a foot race. Barraclough trying to get it. Centering attempt, trying to get over to Friedman. That pulled away, and Courtney sends it down the near boards. That deflected. Picking it up, Zoe Andrianopoulos outside the near circle, trying to fire it the other direction. She battles for it. That tipped away. Spinning puck, top of the near circle. That deflected by Pilati back into the neutral zone, but grabbed, pulled in by Kostarov. Bouncing puck. That comes to center ice. Here comes Olivia Andrianopoulos, who lifts it all the way in. That knocked away by Patella. That puck in along the near boards. Lifted ahead. Here comes Ava Eckerman with it as she sends it deep. Icing waved off. Picked up by Drebeck back behind her own goal. Drebeck, top of the far circle, now moves it into the neutral zone. Has it in along the near boards. Drebeck coming ahead. Fires it deep. That slips back into the near corner. Picked up by Shatuk. Shatuk banks it off the near boards over to Kostarov. Kostarov trying to get it out of the zone. That held in. Piper Campbell chases it. That grabbed by Audrey Ackerman back behind her own goal. That in along the near boards. Pulled away. Here comes Kostarov. She fires it all the way down the ice, and that should be icing, and it is. That puck will come all the way back into the Livingston United zone. 4:05 left to go here in the second period. 3-0 the lead by Livingston United. Piper Campbell in to take the face-off. That to the right of Patella. Ava Ackerman on the other side. Drebeck back behind Piper Campbell. To her left is Bradley. To her right is Tuzinski. Miling, the other blue liner for Pioneer, as that puck in along the near boards. Drebeck with a shot. Blocker save. And did it go in? No. Boy, what a save. Kicked it off the blocker and grabbed it with the glove. That was impressive by Patella, robbing Drebeck away with the goal. The puck, top of the near circle, held in, into the near corner. Bradley trying to grab it. That pulled back behind by Anderson. Trying to poke it away, Pioneer. Anderson puts it outside the near circle, trying to get it over to Abe Ackerman. Now Bradley with a shot out in front, covered up by Patella. Bradley with a shot from inside the near corner of the near circle. Piper Campbell right there. They get the rebound, but none given by Patella. 3:40 left to go here in the second period. 3-0 to lead. As Lopresti in to take the faceoff on that near circle, trying to pull that away. The puck in along the near boards. Neubauer trying to poke that. Now comes in. Lopresti sends it back to the blue line. That held in. Lopresti in the high slot. Lopresti on the far circle. Rising shot. That just goes wide. Neubauer outside the near circle. Trying to pull that away. She goes down. There's a penalty coming, and that is going to be the first power play of the game, as Pioneer will go on the power play. As into the box, Audrey Eckerman goes. So Pioneer will have the extra attacker for the next 2 minutes, as they get a fresh set of legs out. Barraclough comes out. Olivia Andrianopoulos to her right, Friedman to her left. Badlinger and Rory Campbell are the blue liners. Courtney on the other side of the faceoff. That puck underneath the far circle pulled away by Ava Eckerman. That knocked. Friedman has it underneath the near circle. Friedman trying to avoid some pressure. Gets it back to Rory Campbell. Oh, the puck wouldn't settle down for Rory. She feeds it in along the far boards. Vadlinger sends it in along the end boards. Grabbed, sent the other way by Schlatuk. Stopping it, Vadlinger with an amazing attempt to keep it on sides, and now able to poke it out was Courtney. Puck right back in. Pioneer has to touch up, and that trying to clear it, knocked in, kept in by Pioneer. Barraclough trying to grab it in along the end boards. Barraclough trying to pull that away from Ave Ackerman. Ave Ackerman has it pinned against the boards. Tazinski trying to poke that away as it comes in outside the near circle. Excuse me, that was Friedman. That puck launched, cleared all the way down the ice as it skitters, stopped by Grand. Badlinger picks it up back behind her own goal. 1 minute, 8 seconds left to go in the Pioneer power play. That stops Schlatuk trying to fire it, or that's Courtney outside the far circle, trying to hold it in. Lifted back and fired deep by Kostarov. Picked up by Badlinger. Badlinger underneath the far circle, coming down the far boards. Olivia Andrianopoulos sends it back into the neutral zone, picked up at center ice by Courtney. Courtney lifts it back into the Pioneer zone. 44 seconds left to go in the Pioneer power play. As that pass intercepted by Kostarov, battle for it out in front. There's going to be a penalty, a hooking call on Pioneer. So we'll have 4-on-4 hockey for 36 seconds, and then it will be a 1 minute, 24 second power play for Livingston United. They have the lead 3-0 with 1 minute, 56 seconds left to go here in the second period. All goals scored by Ava Eckerman. Face-off will be DeGrand's right in the far face-off circle. Piper Campbell in to take the face-off. Rory Campbell back behind her. That puck comes back to the far point, lifted in. That deflects outside the near circle. Grabbed by Drebeck coming in along the near boards. Drebeck feeds it into the neutral zone. Here comes Pioneer. Tuzinski spins with it in the slot. That poke checked away, top of the far circle. Drop back to the far point. Rory Campbell has it. That lifted back behind the goal. Centering attempt, trying to knock away at it. Tuzinski and covering it up as that puck comes back in along the end boards. Another raised hand coming down as Tuzinski went hard to the ice. As into the box, one of the Livingston players will go. So now what we'll have is we will have a 6-second power play, then a minute 30 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey, barring anything else, and then a 30-second power play. That in the space of the 34 seconds of that will come on the other side of the break. Shot right off the top, that deflected as one of the defenders got their stick in the way of Tuzinski's shot and able to cover it up is Patella. 3 seconds of Pioneer power play as they have a 4-on-3. That lifted back. Jasinski moves it back to the far point. Rory Campbell takes a shot. That knocked down by Courtney. Rory Campbell has it. Now we're back to 4-on-4 hockey as Drabeck takes a shot. That deflected out in front. Drabeck trying to make her way through the slot. That lifted back into the neutral zone. 1:08 left to go here in the second. Rory Campbell backhands it, gets it back into the neutral zone, in along the near boards. Miling brings it ahead, or Piper Campbell on the near circle. Piper Campbell with the shot. Oh! And coming up to follow up with it was Jasinski, and that puck wouldn't settle down as the puck grabbed and covered up by Patella. Oh, boy. What an opportunity. Piper Campbell with the shot, and Jasinski came charging in to get the rebound. That puck wouldn't settle down. We have still 53 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey, so that's for the remainder of the last 49 seconds of the second period. 3-0 is the lead. Kostaroff on to take the face-off. Lopresti on the other side, that on the far face-off circle. Shot knocked down by the defense in the slot, coming in along the near boards. That lifted, held in by Lopresti. That stick right back behind the goal. Coming in along the far boards, that rimmed out. Anderson trying to get it out of the zone, held in by Pioneer. As that comes back, Satuk has it in along the end boards into the near corner. Lifting it out, Pilati trying to save it. That puck skips all the way back. That should be icing. I thought it would be, but nope, that tipped away in along the near boards. Trying to grab it, Dave Ackerman back behind. That puck underneath the far circle, lifted all the way back into the neutral zone, grabbing it Satuk. Satuk has it right at her own blue line, moves it over to Audrey Ackerman. Audrey Ackerman has that knocked away by Lopresti, but picked up, and that is a offsides right at the end of the whistle. So when we come back in the third, we will have 3 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey, then a 30-second power play for Pioneer. It is 3-0 at the break, as Audrey Eckerman had 1 goal in the first, that at 14:52. Courtney on the assist, had a goal early in the second, that at 13:47, as Courtney and Kostaroff on the assist. And then at 6:28, it was Ava Eckerman with Payson and Audrey Eckerman on the assist. As Pioneer comes off the ice, looks like we'll have a ice resurfacing. So we'll take a few moments. We'll play a little bit of, and then right at the end, it looks like there's some penalties put up on the board as 2 minutes apiece right at the end of that. So it looks like up there is Payson for Livingston United and Piper Campbell for Pioneer, but it should still be a 30-second Pioneer advantage 3 seconds into the third. So we'll play a few messages from the MHSAA and be back. You are watching Pioneer Women's Varsity Hockey, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
School multi-sport participation, fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
If you're a recent high school or college graduate and still have a passion for the games you played in school, still remember the thrill of putting on the uniform, why don't you help us out and become a registered high school game official? Get out there and give something back to our kids. Visit the MHSA website for more information. There's help wanted, just whistle. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Integrity, commitment, love of the game. These traits describe the people high school sporting events can't start without. The officials. They're out there every day giving back to our kids. Let's give them the respect they deserve. Better yet, why don't you become one? Visit the MHSAA website for more information. There's help wanted, just whistle. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Let's do a intermission scoreboard report here. Today's intermission scoreboard report. We go back to interesting 5 games on Friday. Two were canceled. Liggett versus Grosse Pointe South and Grosse Pointe North versus Northville were canceled. Bloomfield Birmingham versus Sacred Heart was postponed. And then I have no data from Plymouth Canton Salem versus Troy United or St. Catharines versus Cranbrook. So lots of action there. Well, 2 games, but no results. If we flip over to the 6th on Saturday, couple finals. Livonia United beat Bloomfield Birmingham 6-1, and it was Ann Arbor Huron Skyline 8 and Troy United nothing. And that on Saturday. 3 games on Sunday as we pull those up. As the Northville Brighton Howell Heartland game was canceled, it was Livonia United beating Troy United 9-1, and Walled Lake beat Bloomfield Birmingham 4-3. That's action on Sunday. And then 1 game yesterday. Let's see if there was no score listed between Grosse Pointe South and Grosse Pointe North. 4:15 game yesterday. So that is your intermission scoreboard report. Let's get back a few more messages from the MHSAA as we have the ice resurfaced. You're watching Pioneer Women's Varsity Hockey, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
You're hearing it. The message is getting through to parents. Multi-sport athletes get injured less. Multi-sport athletes become better in their primary sport in the long run. And even though it's not why we play our games, multi-sport athletes are now getting recruited more than specialized athletes. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
You have to wonder sometimes how folks in the stands, so far removed from the action and who have probably never had any training, actually think they can see the play and apply the rules better than the officials assigned to a game. If you're that good, please register immediately at MHSAA.com. We need more officials on the playing surface and fewer in the stands. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Think of a high school game as a 4-lane highway. Coaches, players, officials, and spectators, each with their own lane. Sportsmanship depends on everyone not crossing over the line. Fans keep it between the lines when they cheer positively for their team. So don't cause an accident. Stay in your lane and let the coaches, players, and officials do their jobs. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Michigan Power Ratings will be used this year in soccer, basketball, and boys lacrosse to seed the district tournament in those sports, and you can follow along. Visit your school's page on the MHSAA website to see how your team is faring, and you can look at statewide lists as well. And if you see your team is missing a score, submit it. Learn more about the Michigan Power Rankings at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Maybe you've seen the videos of the specialized sports parent support group, or the kid holding a press conference to announce his retirement from sports. The problem is, they'd be really funny if there wasn't a lot of truth there. Multi-sport participation provides a healthier experience and lifestyle for kids and families. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Sportsmanship is still relevant in school sports. Good sportsmanship should be a given at our games. It's one of the primary reasons we have school sports to begin with, to help today's young people become tomorrow's community leaders. You can learn more about sportsmanship and download a full kit of sportsmanship ideas from the MHSAA website at mhsaa.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Why do high school sports really exist? For 99% of the participants, it's the biggest stage they will ever play on, and it provides the most educational value, teaching sportsmanship, ethics, integrity, hard work, and teamwork. It's about playing with local friends against local rivals and creating lifetime relationships. They build community spirit, and they're worthy of your continued support. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Second intermission heading into the third period as the ice has been resurfaced. The officials getting the nets put back on their moorings. 15 minutes up on the clock. It's 3-0 to lead for Livingston United. They had one goal within the first 8 seconds of the game, and then they have had 2 goals in the second. It's going to be 4-on-4 hockey for 3 seconds of the beginning of the third, and then it will be a 30-second power play for Pioneer. It looked like, you know, they've taken it off because I believe they're offsetting penalties, but it looked like 2 offsetting penalties were called right at the very end of the second as Piper Campbell and Payson, their numbers were put up on the board. Or actually, I'm thinking about it, it might have been flipped the other way. The 16 might have been Audrey Eckerman, and the 21 might have been Lopresti. I don't recall which side of the which side of the board they were on. Both teams out now, getting warmed up, getting ready for third period action. Pioneer looking for a huge comeback here in the third. Livingston United trying to snap a couple-game losing streak and get back on the winning ways. Ava Ackerman has been absolutely fantastic as she has a hat trick. She's been a deadly sniper shot as she's put them in some places that are... the first one was a knuckle bar that caught just inside the far post. The other two sniper shots that just been very well placed, and Grand has been in good position, but just hard shots to deal with. Pioneer going left to right here in this. The third period. Friedman in to take the face-off. Olivia Andrianopoulos to the right. That pulled up in along the far boards. As now Pioneer on a 30-second power play as the puck back behind the Livingston United goal. And pulled away. Barraclough back on the ice. The puck in the far corner trying to pull that away. That knocked down. Pulling it back the other way, coming from the far side to the near side. Trying to pull that out. Into the near corner it goes. Friedman has it. Sends it over into the far corner, pulling it. That's Payson with it. Payson has it poked away. Friedman backhands it right through the slot. Olivia Andrianopoulos trying to get that. That poke back to the blue line. Roy Campbell with a shot that just goes wide. The puck outside the near circle. Trying to make a move with it was Kostaroff now. Olivia Andrianopoulos into the near corner. Gets it back to Vaidlinger at the near point. That puck outside the near circle. Barraclough trying to hold it in along the near boards. Trying to peel that off. Grabbed by Rory Campbell. Rory Campbell's shot. That went off of his skate. As Ava Ackerman has it in along the far boards. Ava Ackerman held in by Rory Campbell at the far point. The puck banked off the far boards. Both teams back to full strength as here comes Payson. Payson sends it all the way down the ice, picked up by Friedman. Friedman sends it along the near boards over to Jasinski. Jasinski gains his own. Jasinski on the near circle. That shot sticked away into the far corner. Battle for it. That lifted back into the neutral zone. Pulled by Rory Campbell. That banked off of the near boards. Picked up. Sent the other way by Satuk. Through the neutral zone. Now Vaidlinger has it. Vaidlinger trying to feed it over to Bradley. Bradley along the far boards trying to poke that away as Anderson has it. Now that's lifted in along the far boards. Ava Andrianopoulos puts it in along the near boards of the Pioneer zone. Picked up in along the near boards, sent ahead by Vaidlinger. Now picked up. Here comes Piper Campbell with it. Piper Campbell through the slot. Piper Campbell has that poked away. Now trying to fire it out in front. Get to Jasinski. Good save by Patella. Back to the near point. Drebeck holds it in, puts it into the near corner. Bradley chasing it. Now a wraparound attempt by Jasinski. That comes into the near corner. The puck held in by Drebeck. Drebeck pinches, puts it. Spinning with it underneath the near circle. Backhanded attempt by Jasinski goes wide. Bradley picks it up back behind, trying to put it out in front. That lifted all the way down the ice. That should be icing, and it is. That will head back into the Livingston zone. 12:23 left to go here, as it was Lopresti now, as she had been in the box. So is Lopresti and Audrey Ackerman, who served the offsetting 2-minute penalty. 3-0 is the lead by Livingston United. That puck on the far circle driven into the far corner. Grabbed by Lopresti. Lopresti sends it back to the far point for Myling. Myling shot, couldn't quite get through the slot as Courtney drives it in along the far boards. Payson tries to get it out of the zone. Giordano trying to hold it in. That knocked out. Fired right back in by Giordano. That puck picked up top of the near circle. Satuk puts it back to the Pioneer blue line, knocked the other direction by Lopresti. Now trying to grab that. The puck grabbed by Drebeck. Drebeck sends it ahead. Giordano poking it away. That picked up by Ava Ackerman, top of the near circle. Ava Ackerman coming down the near boards. Ava Ackerman gains the zone. Outside the near circle, Drebeck drives her wide. Ava Ackerman comes back behind the goal. Knocked that puck poked away by Lopresti. Lopresti crossed ice pass. That chipped through the neutral zone, banked off the near boards and goes back. As Satuk picks it, Knocks it off the near boards through the neutral zone, grabbing it. Drebeck puts it right back in. Delayed offsides. Pioneer has to touch up as Neubauer gets back. Now Pioneer back on sides. Held in at the far point by Giordano. Knocked over to Barraclough outside the far circle. She puts it back behind the Livingston goal. Giordano, centering attempt out in front. Shot and a score! Oh, beautifully set up. And Neubauer puts it in for Pioneer. That at 11:06 as Neubauer with perfect positioning grabbed it and fired it in. Pioneer gets on the board. It's 3-1. Barraclough in to take the face off. Courtney on the other side. That puck comes back. Moved in along the near boards, banked ahead. Here comes Olivia Andrianopoulos. She gains the zone outside the near circle. Her shot banks off the end boards, goes a little wide, picked up. Friedman into the far corner. Friedman has that puck knocked away back behind Livingston goal. Now coming in along the near boards. Coming the other way is Audrey Andrianopoulos. Barraclough. Barraclough and Giordano on the assist. Barraclough sends it in along the near boards, picked up by Olivia Andrianopoulos outside the near circle. She gets it into the neutral zone. Olivia Andrianopoulos over center ice. She comes outside the near circle. Olivia Andrianopoulos, a shot and a save by Patella. Livingston United 3, Pioneer 1, 10:20 left to go here in this. The third period face-off. That to Patella's left in the near face-off circle. Piper Campbell in to take the face-off. On the other side is Courtney. Is that puck loose? Tuzinski puts a shot backhanded. That just goes wide. Battle for it back behind. Wraparound attempt by Tuzinski as there's a whistle, and I believe high stick called. Piper Campbell goes into the box. That'll be a penalty kill for Pioneer. And face-off will come back into the Pioneer zone in the far face-off circle. Rory Campbell, Veidlinger, Tuzinski, and Barraclough out there for Pioneer on the PK unit. Ava Ackerman, ever dangerous on that far face-off. That puck loose on the far face-off circle. Comes in along the near boards. And lifted back deep by Kostarov. Back behind, Payson has it. Payson puts it out to the far circle. That lifted back to the far point. That gets it out. Here comes Tuzinski coming over center ice. Tuzinski gains the zone. Tuzinski on that far circle. Centering attempt. And covered up by Patella. As they're putting it all the way back into the Pioneer zone. They'll bring it out at center ice. I mean, it couldn't have been an icing because Pioneer's on the PK. As that's a goal by Pioneer. Excellent work. So Pioneer's now cut it to a single lead, or a single goal lead over on the far side.
Goal scored by number 9, Nadia
Tuzinski on the goal. Short-handed, unassisted goal by Tuzinski. Beautiful job. So I'll admit I didn't see it go into the net. I need to get a good pair of glasses, apparently. Thankfully, the referee saw that, and that's what counts. The puck in along the near boards, trying to fire it back in deep as Abe Ackerman lifted all the way to the center of Courtney. Picks it up at the far point. Courtney comes in, top of the far circle. That put back behind Grand. Pulled in along the near boards. In along that pulled ahead by Tuzinski, picked up, and that's going to be a penalty. Tripping called. We'll have 44 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey. Pioneer only down a goal as they have 2 goals in this period. It is Livingston United 3, Pioneer 2. As that faceoff should be in the Livingston zone. Livingston called timeout. They want to talk about things as the momentum has absolutely shifted over to Pioneers' way as 2 goals here early in the third. One short-handed by Tuzinski. Excellent work there. We'll play a quick push on and get you right back for this 4-on-4 hockey. You're watching Pioneer Women's Varsity Hockey, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting. As it is 3-2, Livingston United in the lead here in the third with 8:55 left to go. Penalty called on Livingston United, 44 seconds left to go in the Pioneer penalty. So we'll have 44 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey. Then Pioneer will have 1 minute 16 seconds of a power play. As Lopresti taking the face-off in the far, or in the near face-off circle, that to Patella's left. As that puck in along the near boards, trying to lift it out of the zone. Zoe Andrianopoulos able to hold it in at the near point. That puck slips back into the far corner. Lopresti trying to grab that. Top of the far circle now coming in. Here comes Tuzinski. Tuzinski, the last goal scorer, getting it within a point. She's into the near corner. Tuzinski taking it backhanded out in front. That lifted in along the near boards. As Zoe Andrianopoulos sends it right back behind into the far corner. That gathered in there, trying to pull it out was Audrey Andrianopoulos. Drebeck with it, now that fired all the way down the ice. That should be icing, and it is, because we're 5 seconds still of 4-on-4 hockey. And Pioneer will have a power play after 5 seconds. 8:16 left to go here in the third. 3-2, the lead by Livingston United. Face-off is going to be to Patella's right in that far face-off circle. Friedman takes the face-off, that in along the far board, sent back deep by Rory Campbell, back behind Patella. As Pioneer now on the power play, the puck outside the far circle, lifted all the way down the ice. That cleared. Pioneer will go back and reset as Veidlinger picks it up on the near side. Outside the near circle, Veidlinger trying to avoid some pressure, gets over her own blue line. Veidlinger gets into the zone. Veidlinger on the near circle. Veidlinger, centering attempt, trying to get to it is Barraclough. That knocked away. The puck in along the near boards into the near corner. Lifted all the way down the ice. That is a puck that skipped right over the blue line, making it hard for Pioneer to try and pinch. Rory Campbell hands it in along the near boards. 37 seconds left in the Pioneer power play. Rory Campbell gains the zone. Rory Campbell, top of the near circle. Rory Campbell with the shot. That went off of his skate. Picked up. Olivia Andrianopoulos with the shot. That steered into the far corner. Friedman has it back into the far corner, trying to peel it off as the puck on that far circle, held in by Rory Campbell at the blue line. That's sent into the near corner. Trying to pick it up, Olivia Andrianopoulos. The puck pinned here. Veidlinger doing an excellent job to keep it in as it slips back in along the end boards. Going from the near side to the far side, Audrey Andrianopoulos has it, tries to clear the zone. Veidlinger has it. Veidlinger with the shot, that knocked down out in front. That shot, steered away. Payson has it in along the far boards, held in by Rory Campbell. She puts it on that far circle. As the power play is over, that puck comes all the way back, stopped by Grand, steered into the far corner. Courtney picks it up there for Livingston United. Centering attempt, good job by Rory Campbell to put that in along the boards. Tuzinski picks it up back behind. Tuzinski coming in along the near boards. Tuzinski over her own blue line. Tuzinski has that poke checked away. The puck right along the near boards of the neutral zone. Trying to knock it the other direction. Piper Campbell, now Tuzinski trying to get it away from Kostarov. Piper Campbell had it, poke checked away by Anderson, now lifted all the way back by Tuzinski as that rims into the far corner. Bradley picks it up outside of the far circle, that lifted back to the far point, grabbed by Meiling. Meiling firing it, that sticked away, shot by Tuzinski, and saved by Patella. as good job being right there for the rebound. Jasinski, Patella got it into the body, covered it up. It is Livingston United 3, Pioneer 2. 5:56 left to go here in the third. Pioneer looking for the game-tying goal. Livingston United wants to stop the Pioneer momentum. Piper Campbell taking the face-off in the near face-off circle. That drop back. There's a shot by Drebeck. That deflected out in front. Backhanded shot. Piper Campbell on the far side. Oh, boy, as Piper Campbell took the shot, and it just drifted to the far side of the goal and seemed to sit there for minutes. I know it was a half a second, but Pioneer couldn't quite get to it to stuff it in before that was covered up. As that puck into the far corner, pulled in along the far boards, lifted back. That'll be all the way down. That should be icing. And icing for some reason waved off. That picked up by Drebeck back behind her own goal. Drebeck sends it in along the far boards, held in at the blue line. That knocked down. Good job by Jasinski to knock that back into the neutral zone. Satuk puts it back into the Pioneer zone, top of the far circle. Miling has run off the puck. High shot. That knocked away by Grand. In along the far boards, Bradley gets it back into the neutral zone, chipped right back in by Audrey Ackerman. Battle for it in front of the Pioneer bench. That banked all the way in along the near boards, then fired back in. That by Anderson. Drebeck picks it up along the M boards. Drebeck feeds it outside the near circle. Loose puck on the near circle. Here comes Jasinski with it. Jasinski over on blue line, sends it over to Bradley at center ice. Bradley pokes it into the zone. Jasinski trying to grab it, that outside of the far circle. Lifted back, stopped. Lopresti had for a moment. Now backhanded shot by Jasinski. That rimmed all the way around the boards. Picked up. Here comes Livingston United. Ava Ackerman has it. Ava Ackerman shot, stopped by Grand. Picked up Drebeck, sends it in along the far boards, clearing it out of danger. Here comes Drebeck over on blue line. Drebeck over center. Drebeck into the zone. Drebeck has that poke checked away, top of the far circle. Kostarov has it. That lifted back into the neutral zone. Skittering puck into the Pioneer zone. Miling picks it up outside the near circle. Miling trying to avoid Courtney. Gets it ahead. Giordano chasing it. That grabbed and rifled by Satuk back in along the Pioneer zone. Lopresti has it at her own blue line. Lopresti goes from the near side to the far side, stops right at center ice, now feeds it ahead. Here's Giordano with it. Giordano gains the zone, top of the near circle. That chipped as Neubauer has it. That pulled away by Anderson in along the near boards. Neubauer and Anderson collide. Giordano trying to pull that away as the puck goes all the way around. Top of the far circle. Nice job by Barraclough to knock it back deep. Trying to pick that up, That lifted right back behind the Livingston goal. Stopped there. Kostarov sends it in along the far boards. Payson with it. Payson over on blue line. Payson fires it all the way down the ice. Barraclough chasing it. That picked up in the far corner. Barraclough knocks it into the near corner. Pulling it ahead. Here comes Kaylee with it. Kaylee fires it on edge all the way down. It was tipped. No icing. As Neubauer trying to pick it up. Neubauer goes heavy into the boards. She pops up. She's okay. Here comes Livingston United over their own blue line. Here comes Ava Ackerman. Ava Ackerman, top of the near circle. She takes a shot and Grand the save. 2 minutes, 44 seconds left to go. It is 3-2. Livingston United in the lead. Face-off is going to be in the near face-off circle. That's the Grand's right. Piper Campbell in to take the face-off. Courtney on the other side. That puck into the near corner. Trying to chip that away. Pulled back. Here comes Pioneer in along the far boards. Piper Campbell sending it ahead. Friedman spins with it, trying to avoid pressure by Livingston United. Add to Badlinger. Badlinger over center ice. Badlinger trying to get into the zone. Offsides the call. 2 minutes, 26 seconds left to go. Here in the third period, face-off outside of the Livingston zone in the far face-off circle. Piper Campbell in to take the face-off. To her right is Olivia Andrianopoulos. To her left, I believe that's Friedman, that puck. lifted all the way down. It was tipped. That will be icing, and it'll come back the other direction. So that'll come all the way deep into the... That'll come all the way back into the Livingston United zone in the far face-off circle. That to the right of Patella. That puck comes back to the far point. Rory Campbell with it. Rory Campbell with the shot that deflects out through the slot, coming in along the near boards. Ava Ackerman had that puck not settled down, but she gets it into the neutral zone. Pulled away, Vadlinger firing it right back in. That puck outside of the near circle. Cross ice pass banked off the far boards. Here comes Livingston United with it as Audrey Ackerman gets it into the Pioneer zone. The puck comes in along the near side. Here comes Olivia Andrianopoulos. She gets it into the Livingston zone, but that cross ice pass right at the blue line. Courtney picks it up as there's going to be a Pioneer penalty as a collision. As Rory Campbell will go into the box for 2 minutes. There's a minute 45 seconds remaining. Pioneer will be on the power play unless something changes for the remainder of the game. Well, their last goal was shorthanded. Maybe they can do it again. As face-off in the far face-off circle. Barraclough in to take that face-off. Comes back to the far point. Kostaroff moves it over. Audrey Eckerman with the shot. Ooh, that deflects. In along the end boards, trying to pull that away. That lifted. Tuzinski picks it up. Backhands it over to Barraclough. Barraclough trying to get it out of the zone. As that pulled away, Tuzinski with it in along the near boards.
2 minutes for checking.
As Roy Campbell, they'll call that a checking penalty. The puck in along the far boards. That knocked away. Loose into the neutral zone. Barraclough trying to fire it. That back in along the end boards, collecting it. Kostaroff has it underneath the near circle. 1 minute, 5 seconds left to go here in the third. Pioneer down by a goal. That puck into the neutral zone. Picked up by Tuzinski. Tuzinski has it on the near circle. Tuzinski with a shot and a glove knocked down. The puck off the side of the net, picked up by Courtney. Courtney has it back behind her own goal. Courtney puts it into the far corner. As empty net to our left, Pioneer, as everyone gathered, that is going to be... I'm not quite sure why they didn't call that icing. They must have said it was tipped, that puck in along the near boards. That lifted ahead by Zoe Andrianopoulos. Tipped, and that'll go deep into the Livingston zone. Friedman trying to pick it up, trying to get it away from Audrey Andrianopoulos. And that'll be a whistle. 17.8 seconds left to go. Audrey Andrianopoulos goes into the box. Now, it's nice to have one more skater in the offensive zone, but it does mean that Livingston United can clear the puck now. As that shot wide, the puck loose, out in front. There's a shot by Draybeck. That one goes wide. In along the far boards. Trying to pick that up. Top of the far circle, Draybeck with it. And Draybeck with the shot and deflected out in front. And Livingston United snaps their unwon streak. They had lost 2 in a row, tied the one before that, so they get back on the winning ways. Pioneer takes a hard-fought loss, but they played their guts out and they came back. It was 3-0, and Pioneer brought it back to 3-2. So valiant attempt by Pioneer. We will be back on the air tomorrow, 7 p.m. from Vets Memorial Ice Arena. We will have that game for you. For my cameraman, James Wiseman, my name is Mark Wiseman. Thank you so much, and good night.